Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining today's webinar, E-commerce Deep Dive and the Review Marketing. It's another session with technology and the business operation combined. I'm going through the tech stack first for businesses to move operation online. After my talk, our special guest, #1 best-selling author, Joe Mandevon, is talk about review marketing, why you need it, and how to use it to improve your online reputation and the trust factor. We hope the webinar will bring some help to the community during the current tough time, and you will make the most use of your precious time as well. And we will try to keep this webinar within 1 hour. Two housekeeping notes before we get started. First, based on the feedback, we're going to mute the audience during the presentation, and you're welcome to ask questions from the chat box, and we will try to address that along the presentation. Also, we will try to leave 10 to 15 minutes at the end of Q&A and our special gift giveaway. Second, please turn on your camera. So our audience wants to know who's in the webinar, and we want to see you as well. We try to make it a little bit more fun, and you can enjoy some of the networking experience as well. To turn on your camera, everyone. Thank you. So we can see each other and we feel like we're in the same community. All right. So if you are good with that, please give me a thumb up and let's get started. But I cannot see you if you don't turn on your camera. Yeah, so please turn on the camera so we can see each other better. Thank you. All right. So a quick disclaimer, we're trying to give as much information as possible, but please use it at your own risk. Also, our thanks to the community supporters, Vaughan Business Cafe, Richmond Hill Board of Trade, and we have the WeChat support groups from Chongqing University Alumni Association IT Group, How to Start a Startup Study Group, which is a YC Combinator and the Stanford joined course in 2014. And the Only IT Elite Club, and the Toronto Tech Entrepreneurs, and the Canada Inventors Group, Online Business Sharing Group, and the Canada Sichuan University Alumni Community, and the Sichuan University of Science and Engineering Canadian Alumni Association. Thank you for all your generous support. As always, let's work together as a community. That's why we're here and we're learning stuff together. A little bit about myself. With 20 plus years of the business solution development and the critical infrastructure building experience, I'm currently working on a Neighborhood Watch Plus from More Secure Computing, which is an AI-based community safety platform to provide end-to-end security solutions. At both More Secure and the Neighborhood Watch Plus, our focus is always more effective, affordable, and a secure solution for our customer base. And with that kind of experience, I hope I can bring in some value and I can share some of my experience to the community to help us go through this tough period. So the current pandemic situation brings in huge health concern and the slowdown for the economy as business try to adapt to the new normal. With already tight budget and the lack of expertise in-house, we need to balance the security, affordability, and effectiveness. But the challenge always comes with opportunities. I attended a Zoom webinar this week. Mark Cuban, the owner of Dallas Maverick, which is a very good NBA team, if you don't know what Dallas Maverick is. And also he is one of the sharks from Shark Tanks. He talked about American 1.0 before the pandemic, and the American 2.0 after the pandemic. He also mentioned he's reading a book called Rebooting AI. I'm very impressed with such kind of learning capability from this already very successful businessman. Coming from my heart, I think everyone of the audience has that kind of learning capability. I want you to tap your shoulder and tell yourself a good job, right? With this learning capability, I believe you will find new business revenue model, build your business more resilient, more efficient, and your employee will enjoy the flexibility of new online business operation, and they would stay longer to help you build a stronger business as well. So at the beginning of the pandemic, right, everyone is panic. All the business, they are recommended or they are asked by the government to stop, and they have to work remotely. So at the beginning, we had our first session of this webinar series called Working Remotely Solutions, Tips and Tricks for Business Owners. At that time, we're trying to help the business owners say, okay, well, if you are forced to have to work remotely, how we can deal with that. We are trying to give them the solutions from the high level, and what are the what are the options out there. And this is how IT works nowadays, right? You can say we are in the stage to transform the old traditional on-premise IT into the cloud-based solutions, no matter it's IaaS or PaaS or PaaS or SaaS, right? So most of the business nowadays, they are in the mixed infrastructure IT is a scenario. So if you are already in the cloud, like you're using the cloud for your IT, so congratulations, when you are forced to do the works remotely, you're not that much. You just need to adapt to your culture, you have that capability already. But for most of the business, like they still have some on-premise IT asset, we need to think about how to get them remote connected. So we have those solutions there, stuff like VPN, virtual private network, and of course you have the remote access servers. You have to install the client for most of the traditional remote access. And the newer brand, the remote access, we call the clientless remote access, which is you just use a browser, you are able to get into your environment just from that browser. And for the higher security needs, you can consider something like a jump server, which gives you the 4A capability. What that means, you have the authentication, authorization, accounting, and audit capability all built in and with an easy to access remote access solution. With that, you should be fine to if you need to access your asset on your premise. And one of the most important things for any business is to sell stuff, right? Selling stuff online in general can be done in thousands of very creative ways. You can sell over the phone via social network chat groups, through the e-commerce marketplace, or build your own on top of the e-commerce platform. You can say from this slide, you have Amazon, eBay, Skip the Dish, Instacart. Those are the marketplace for the e-commerce, right? And you also have WooCommerce, Shopify, Activate, Odoo, those kind of e-commerce platform, which will enable you to build your own e-commerce store. I don't recommend you to build your e-com site from scratch because that's going to be very costly and hard to maintain from many aspects. And we recommend you to build your e-com store through the e-commerce platform because you're building your own brand name. That's very important because that's going to make your business more valuable. Instead, if you are using the marketplace such as Amazon, eBay, those kind of marketplace provider, not only it's much harder for you to build your own brand name, but also your customer will easily find and buy from your competitors in the same marketplace. So for the business, in order to build your own brand name, we recommend you to use platforms. And being able to sell stuff online, that's a core of the business, we think. But it also will not stop just there. We need to run the whole business operation online, right? So we need to have our own online presence, which is a website, right? We need to run our customer relationship management, which is CRM function for your business. And we have to use some kind of marketing tool, which will give you the email marketing, SMS marketing, or social media marketing, and the sales lifecycle management. And with those kind of modules combined, you're able to generate the traffic to your site and be able to capture those prospects and turn them into your potential customer and nurturing those potential customer and eventually get them as your customer and finish the sales and be able to send them the invoice and to do the follow-up, schedule all kinds of activities, right? So those are the business functions. You can completely conduct them online. And underneath of that, you have the inventory, you have the accounting, you have for the people in the trading business, you have the field service, and you're able to assign the jobs to your subcontractors, and you're able to manage where they are, those kind of capabilities as well. And also for the real estate, for example, the business as well, right? You can complete this whole sales life cycle, attract your customer, and build your brand name, and build your reputation. And it's all about reputation, as Joe will mention that in the second part of today's webinar. And eventually, once people trust you, and they will like to deal with you and buy from you or do business with you. And in this space, I put two products there. Gatsby, which is a Jamstack static site generator, and that will help you build a high performant and secure website for you. And Odoo itself, it's a full suite of the software application, and it's an all-in-one application as well. And we see people has tremendous success once they have their stuff moved into Odoo one module at a time. And also, Odoo has some kind of IoT capability, which is you can leverage that to even integrate into your factory, into your manufacturing, into your business, and into your operation line. And that way you can integrate the data into the business management suite of software. And that will help you to be even better to have a business management software online. So far, is there any question? If you have, please use the chat box to send your question, and I will try to address that along the way. So in today's market, it's overwhelming already, right? Even if you dive into each business solution, what should you do to get your business online? What your roadmap should be? So it all depends on your situation. Like so first of all, the recommendation would be try to move your business applications into the cloud as much as possible, because not only it will be more effective, more resilient, like in the current situation, and it will be, in most of the cases, will be more secure for your business application. So try to move them into the cloud. The second is, for the people, they still have some traditional IT asset on premise, right? One of the easy, affordable way and easy to get connected remotely is to use a jump server. Because for the jump server, you use it, install it into your network, and you're able to access pretty much all kinds of assets, no matter it's Windows, it's your Linux server, whatever you have, and you are able to access from remotely with very secure settings as well. But what I mean by use a jump server, it does not mean I want you to stay there forever, because with that kind of like, I always look at that as a complementary to your whole strategy to move the business application into the cloud, instead of try to leave as NES application or IT asset in your own premise. So if you just want to have your online presence to get started, right, for some of the traditional business, if they say, I just want to have a website, I just want to get people to know us. So I recommend to find a web designer, you work with them, and you combine that knowledge and put that into the Jamstack, which stands for JavaScript API and the markup. And you can use some kind of static site generator in order to give you a very high performant, very secure website. And it will be worry-free for you for the long run. And if you just want to offer something to sell, I recommend to use e-commerce platform called Equi. Not only it's made with the mindset of the small, medium-sized business, but also it has a free forever plan. It allows you to host, to create your e-commerce store if you have only less than 10 product, and that will be free forever for you. But of course, if you need some other feature, more advanced features, or if you have much more products than 10, you can use your very cost-effective, like no cost. You pay only like around $50 to $100 a month to get your e-commerce store there. And if you want to start your business operation online, and you say, okay, I have a long goal, I want to get started right now, and I recommend you to use Odoo, which is a full all-in-one, full suite of the business application. But I don't recommend you to start like to get yourself overwhelmed by turning on all the modules. You have to, let's say, go from one module at a time and get used to the application, because there is some kind of learning curve for you, and also for your business as well. So what MoreSecure offer is we have this kind of, like this is a highly available firewall, VPN, all integrated solution. And currently it's available from MoreSecure to help business to get connected. And this is a MoreSecure jump server, which can help people get connected and works remotely. You can say we support the web terminal, which is a clientless remote access. And if you have some like professional servers, like Unix, Linux, or some other devices, you can use SSH directly connect your devices or those Linux, Unix servers. And I also provide a Gatsby technical support. And we also have a Gatsby-based static site generator, static site generation and hosting service for you. And we also provide accurate professional service and Odoo, the full suite of the professional service, as well as a managed service as well. So here are those tips and tricks, some free resources from the community. And I do feel like I want to share it. And if you need some of the links please send me an email and I will send you the whole deck of the slide. And this is very important for the SEO and this Moz Academy. And they have the free training. This is a promotion. It will end next month. And also for the online campaign, you can use AdRumor service, and it's completely free till June 1st. So for I'd recommend you, if you want to try some of the stuff out, it's a good time for you to do it. And as an appreciation, here is a gift for the most secure, right? So I offer this 1 hour consulting service on both Odoo or Equate for free. If you reply to the thank you email within the next week, of course, I would like to manage my time better, our time better. So you have to use that within 1 week. And that is our appreciation for your precious time today. And I'd like to run a poll at this time. Let me go into that. Because as I mentioned, your feedback is very important and to make this webinar useful. Can you guys see the poll there? So we will have like 2 minutes. If you can quickly just go into the poll and let us know your opinion. How did you hear about this webinar? And how do you look at your role in the organization? And also, what's the stuff struggling for your business? Yeah. Hey, John. Hey, Matthew.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm here. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. So I just want to make sure you guys can see the poll, and yeah, that's great. So we have another 40 seconds. So we are going to end the poll, and we're going to get into the next half of the today's webinar. All right, so far we have 8 people did the poll. If you don't mind, just try to help us out, and we will try to create more content for you accordingly to make this webinar more useful. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, John, yeah. I can see it, but how can I do it?
Sorry, what's that, John?
I can see the poll, but how can I?
Okay, great.
Yeah, how can I take part in it? How?
Oh, because you're the co-host, you probably are not able to. Sorry.
Got it. Thanks.
I see. All right, let's end it. Thank you guys so much. So that's it for my part. It's quick, nice, and sweet. We are very happy to have our special guest, John Mandelbaum, come back this week. Joe has worked with some of the brightest minds in the online world for over 7 years. And his #1 best-selling book, Winning Online, Increase Your Visibility and Crush Your Competition, became a #1 bestseller in 6 categories only 48 hours after he launched his book. Today, we're grateful to have Joe share some insight and very useful information to increase your trust factor online. Please welcome Joe Mandible. Joe, are you there?
He seems to be on mute.
Hey, Joe.
There we go. Yeah, you
That's
always
great.
prepare for meetings and things such as this, but an unmute can always throw a monkey wrench in that. So thank you, John, for having me on today. I appreciate you inviting me on the call. And hi, everyone. It's great to meet you over Zoom. Firstly, I hope all of your families are healthy and safe during these trying times for us, both business and personal. So please stay safe, and we'll all get through this together. You'll have to excuse if I'm moving quickly in today's presentation, and to respect your time, John can only give me between 20 to 30 minutes today, and I do this life-changing 7-step winning online training where we really cover everything A to Z. And because I only have about 20 to 30 minutes today, there's no way I can condense all that great information into this time. So today I'm covering as best I can in the time we have one of those 7 steps. So now instead of the time allotted for the Q&A, it will be more valuable for you if I give you more useful information in the presentation. So I'll give you my email address at the end, and you can reach out after today's call with your questions about online marketing and today's presentation. And I'll watch for them right after the call ends. Everyone agreed? Just give me a thumbs up. Everybody, give me a thumbs up. Great. Okay, everybody agrees, for those that I can see. Okay. Today I'm going to share with you 3 things. 1, the story of, or my story of how I went from a complete mess as an online marketer to a best-selling author and authority on the subject. And I'm going to share with you what my turning point was. The second thing I'm going to share with you is the 3 myths, myths meaning M-Y-T-H-S, apostrophe S, that you've been led to believe by others that are causing you to not attract more high-quality prospects for your business online. The third thing I'm going to share with you are the 3 keys for getting off to a fast start to attracting more high-quality prospects to your company online. So a little bit about me and my history. I grew up in a modest suburban home not far from here in the north end of Toronto. Mom and Dad had split up when I was 6 years old, and that was really tough for me as a child. My entire school life was frustrating, I was bored, and I didn't like learning the things that they were trying to teach me. So at 19, I decided to start my first company. Mom loaned me a Brian Tracy audio program. It was called The Psychology of Selling, and I listened to it in the car while on the road making my deliveries. And that kernel of knowledge, along with teachings of other exceptional sales trainers, fueled my ability to grow the business beyond my wildest expectations. For over 20 years, I found great people and expanded into the US. The company was also honored to receive the Business Excellence Award from the Toronto Board of Trade. While those were amazing years, the way the business was carried out and business in general was beginning to change much faster than I had recognized at the time. What was my opinion of the internet when it hit my radar? Meh. I didn't understand it, and I guess I really didn't want to change. And that was my fatal mistake. In 2012, I sold the business, and it was bittersweet. My turning point was when I decided to make it my mission to learn everything I could about marketing online and the internet, and then decided to dedicate the rest of my business career to learning and helping others to succeed online. Today, I'm grateful to be able to help hundreds of business owners become more successful in understanding how to market their businesses online. And that's why I'm on this call with you now. We're going to spend approximately the next 15 minutes talking about how to gain trust from prospects who are looking to buy a product or service like yours today. People look for reviews to see what other people are saying about you, your company, and its products. Fundamentally, consumers do this exercise so they can satisfy the natural human fear of making a mistake. They don't know you, and they're looking for validation that you are safe to do business with. In fact, people trust reviews as much as personal recommendations. Building trust is not about what you say about your products or service. It's about what others say about the experience with your products or services. And that's how people will trust you. The more you achieve that, the more you will sell. And until you have trust, people will not fully listen to the rest of what you have to say. They may continue to read or listen, but skepticism will remain part of their state of mind. Now I'm going to tell you the 3 myths that you've been led to believe by others that are causing you to not attract more high-quality prospects for your business online. The first myth that you've been led to believe by others that is causing you to not attract more high-quality prospects for your business online is that testimonials establish trust. To a certain extent, they help. But today, people have read so many testimonials over the years, they've lost faith in their validity. They've lost a lot of their value. It's useful to have testimonials on your site, but what people really want to read are reviews, as many as you can possibly get. Reviews are a combination of star ratings and a comment, which is just like a testimonial. However, unlike a testimonial, we see both positive and negative reviews. People do want to see good, of course, and not so good reviews, so they can determine how you respond and resolve an unhappy customer. This builds mega trust, more than just having only 5 stars, because it shows your potential clients you're only human and make mistakes at times, but are willing and able and ready to rectify the situation. The second myth that you've been led to believe by others that is causing you to not attract more high-quality prospects for your business online is that third-party review platforms are enough. For example, Google, Yelp, TripAdvisor. Google does very well with reviews. Many people trust Google reviews. However, when people look for reviews on Google, they can be redirected to your competition. At the bottom of your Google My Business, Google will recommend other businesses and other businesses that are similar to yours that people search. I see your competitors. I see these third-party platforms right on your page when I search for your reviews on Google. Same goes for Yelp. When I search for your reviews and go into Yelp, I see your competition advertising on your Yelp page. And this causes me to see other options, potentially losing me as a customer. You want the decision to be which products or services of yours I as a consumer should buy from you, not which company, including your competitors, should I choose to buy from. With all third-party review platforms, you are at risk for the prospect to choose somebody else. The third myth,
Joe?
yes.
Joe, just a quick intro. Because we didn't see your slide yet, do you have the slide on, or you?
No, what I'm going to do is the slide I'm going to bring up at the end is just going to be of all my information. I've decided that it's best to smile at everybody and go through. But what I can do at the end is I do have a couple of slides that people can jot a couple of things down, and I'll open those.
Okay. Okay, great.
Okay,
Thank
awesome.
you. Yeah, sorry for the interruption.
No, of course. The third myth that you've been led to believe by others that has caused you to not attract more high-quality prospects for your business online is that it's difficult to get reviews. In most cases, people believe that getting reviews is work. The problem is that most companies don't have a system in place. They're asking their customers at the end of a transaction, or worse, not at all, to now do extra work for you. That's why on average, only 2 to 4% of people actually leave a review. When you use an effective system, they want to give you reviews, and that percentage goes up. And here's what your system must address. It must be convenient, easy, and fast for the customer to leave a review. It must be introduced early in the sales cycle. Most companies that do ask do so only at the end of the transaction. And again, in the middle of the purchase process must be asked. And then at the end, after they've gone through the entire experience of doing business with you, but you have to be subtle. You want to infer along the way that leaving a review is part of the transaction process of doing business with you. You must follow up at least once after the transaction. And that might sound like a lot of work to you. The system that I use is automated, easy to use, and gets results quickly. When you email me your questions about online marketing, if you want, I can show you how I do it. Now I'm going to share with you the 3 keys to getting off to a fast start to winning online and attracting more high-quality prospects to your business. The first key to getting off to a fast start and attracting more high-quality prospects to your business is to learn from others, just like I did. When you use mentors, coaches, and peers to discuss your challenges and progress with, you learn at an accelerated rate. You can do this independently. It just takes much longer to progress. The second key to getting off to a fast start and attracting more high-quality prospects to your business is to act quickly. Time is your most valuable resource, and it's an even playing field. We all get the same 24 hours per day. How you use that time will determine your success level and the speed that you can get to each milestone in your business growth. The third key to getting off to a fast start and attracting more high-quality prospects to your business is to learn how to unlearn. We all suffer from cognitive biases that limit our perspective. The decisions and results that follow will be limited if you remain attached to what you have learned to this point in time. Remember my mess as an online marketer? Yep, that was my cognitive bias in action back then. Now, at the beginning, I promised that I would share with you 3 things, and we covered those 3 things. The first thing I said was that I was going to share with you was my story of how I went from a complete mess as an online marketer to a best-selling author and authority on the subject. And I'm going to share with you what my turning point was, and we covered that. The second thing I said I would share are the 3 myths you've been led to believe by others that are causing you to not attract more high-quality prospects to your business online, and we covered that. And the third thing I said I would share is I would give you the 3 keys for getting off to a fast start to attracting more high-quality prospects to your business online, and we covered that. So, we just covered everything I said I would share with you. Agreed? If you agree, please put your thumb up. Awesome. Before we wrap up, how many of you learned at least one new thing that you didn't know before my talk, or how many of you were reminded of at least one new thing? If you did, please share it in the chat window now. We'll take a minute. Go ahead, just please type it in the chat window. Come on, no one learned anything? There we go. Someone sent me private. Okay. Learn to unlearn, that's great. Excellent. Good. I know that some of you are wondering how I can help you more. And because I'm on the call today, John asked me to do something special for you, and I thought that that was a great idea. Well, I have this live training that I do. It's for people who want to accelerate the growth rate of their business. Online, of course. But unfortunately, with the COVID crisis, we had to suspend that temporarily. So I figured the best thing I could do to help you now is to have you send me the most burning question about online marketing that you want to solve. And just send me your questions via email. I'll read out my email first, and then I'll put the slide up in a moment. It's joel.mandelbaum, just like my name is all over the information, at iopw.com. IOPW stands for Increasing Online Presence Worldwide. This way, I can address your individual needs. We'll do a 20-minute call together, which has a value of $300 to make sure you have the answer you need. And just like you, my time is also limited to 24 hours. So I can only open up this free offer only to the people that email in their question within the next 45 minutes after we finish the call today. If you want to learn about the review system that I use, we can cover that too. Does that sound good? Go like this? Okay, great. Thanks for being on the call today. Please stay healthy and strong. And remember that it's not the actions that you take tomorrow that determine your business's future. It's the actions that you take today. Thank you very much. Here's my information. Oops. So please email me here. And as I said, for the next 45 minutes only, and it includes a 20-minute consultation as well. Thank you very much. Back to you, John.
All right, thank you. So let me put back this nice, beautiful slide for Joe. And one more time, another round of applause for our special speaker, Joe.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
John, if you could just put the last slide up, just in case anyone didn't get the email address. Oh, I'll put it up. Sorry.
Sure.
One last time. Oh,
and I do have another poll before we go into the Q&A. If you guys don't mind, quickly put your answer inside for those two questions. That will help us to understand how helpful we are, and we can tune our content accordingly next time. Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to leave it for another 40 seconds. Then we're going to the Q&A. Okay, that's great. We see people answer that was refer the recording. We will have the recording for this webinar. And please spread the word and net it to help other people as well. We try to bring this seminar for the community, and because we are part of the community as well. That's great. Let's end the poll, and let's go into the Q&A. Please unmute yourself, or you can just ask from the chat box. So I do have one question from Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine, how are you? Lorraine, you are muted. So if you don't mind, you can open your mic. Hi, Lorraine, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I don't have a question. I thought Joel was very, very clear.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
That's great. Yeah. I saw from the chat window, you say, how and what would I use to sell life insurance, and not a physical product? Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I saw that from the chat window. Let's see who that is. Yeah. Okay.
That was Lynette.
Oh, Lynette. Okay. Yeah. So as I mentioned in the beginning, that the selling for the life insurance is pretty much like you sell the other stuff, like for example, real estate. All you need to have is an online website, and also you build apps at CRM, online marketing, process. You can have that all-in-one experience with Odoo, or you can use some other stuff as well. But anyway, the selling for the insurance is pretty much the same process as other, we call it as a digital goods, right? So you like Joe, he can sell the books online. We can like other people, they can sell the music, they can sell the picture online as well. And of course, life insurance would be another thing you can sell online.
I could also maybe interject, and
Yeah.
then I'm going to have to jump off in a minute or so. It's different when selling, obviously, a product or service online. You're selling a service, it's more about your positioning and trust factor. The people aren't just going to necessarily just buy life insurance specifically just because you have a website. They might buy car insurance because it's more of a commoditized insurance. It's not as personal. So you really want to make sure that your visibility is online. You absolutely must have a website, and it must look good, because if people are investing their money with you, you have to establish that trust factor very, very, very quickly. And having a good website is the way that people look. Your website is your CV to the world. So if your website is any older than 3 to 5 years, it's time to take a look for a new one. And if you don't have a website, it's time to get one up.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Joe. I totally agree with the trust factor, especially for the life insurance, right? Yeah, and also I'd like to introduce, like Aileen said, he just booked your 20 minutes talk. Joe, now you have your first, maybe not a first, but someone is.
Someone I can help.
Talk to you, which is good, which is good. You know, Aileen, I met her in the online webinar as well, and she's managing an executive matchmaking business, which is very interesting.
Yeah, that's a very interesting business, especially during these times.
Oh yeah.
Things all have to be like this.
I'd like to ask Joel, you said that reviews, when you use the Google and all those, that it's about 4% value. But what happens when you do the reviews the way you said? What percentage does that go up?
We can, if you email me that, we can have a discussion, and then I can go through the platform with you and show it to you. But it is a significant improvement. All of our clients have noticed the platform that I use have noticed a significant increase in the ease of reviews. But I discussed that, of course, during our 20-minute consultation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So any other questions so far? All right, so if that's no more question, I would like to thank you, everyone. If you need a copy of the slide, send an email or go to the company website and contact us. And by the way, we're not going to have another webinar next week because we need to spend some time to work on the response, and we hope to give you some time to digest as well, right? And we will let you know once we resume this series. And please send us your feedback and the topics you would like to have for this series as well, webinar series as well. And we will send out a thank you email, and please reply to that if you want to talk about something for the next webinar. So thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the beautiful day. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, everybody. My pleasure.
Too.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Joel. Thank you, Joel.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye for now, everybody. I look forward to hearing from you.